today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Carolina Panthers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they've been.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jaguars take over.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
24 yards.
At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now Jones off the play fake. And his first look is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but it's going to be second down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Throwing again, Jones. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
3rd and 6.
From the gun, Jones. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, the open man is Westbrook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
D.D. Westbrook. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jones.
Looking for Chark again. This time he's got him.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking long for Westbrook. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted,
Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
By the Panthers.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
For Carolina.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 16 carries, 105 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space because the defense will key on it.
On second down, McCaffrey. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. McCaffrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Sly on for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company.
And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 17 carries, 69 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Again, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Fournette. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he will have a Jaguars first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette.
Leonard Fournette.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Jones. Off play action. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 39. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2 at the 30.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 12 yards. And this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jaguars nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
The Panthers' 15-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This is Fournette. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. From the gun, Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Jaguars 3.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
39 yards on the punt, give them just 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Jones on the slant. This is Chark. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. On the draw, this is Fournette. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is third down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Jones pass. Intended for D.D. Westbrook.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Second and 12.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Jaguars take over first and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10 at the 47. Fournette. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Throwing Jones. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
6-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Throwing again. Jones. Connection made with Chenault. 5 yards. Now it's third and 5.
Complete to LaVisca Chenault. It's a gain of 5. brings up 3rd and 5.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
At the 21-yard line.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. That catch good for only a couple.
Thomas out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Jones.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
14. Jaguars 6.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jones throwing on 1st down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This is Chenault on the receiving end. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Jones on 1st down. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. We have hit halftime. Still the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They lead things here as they start 1st and 10, trying to get rid of that bad taste in their mouth from the loss last week to the Atlanta Falcons. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
9-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
Jones pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30.
Operating from the gun. Jones throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Jackson.
From the gun, Jones. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Sacked.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering.
Touchdown, Carolina!
Touchdown, Carolina.
DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Slide for the PAT.
For the point after.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Waters take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Fournette. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Number 27.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
Jones pass.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, 1st down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on 4th down, and the Panthers will get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
4 yards on the pickup.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he's got his target. That's more. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Here's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Brings up second and 2. At the
shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Offense.
Hey, we don't need no more penalties right here.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
21. Jaguars 6.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Fournette. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Jones pass.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Carolina.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Christian McCaffrey.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Panthers 21, Jaguars 6.
The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and long.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long.
Jones.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down.
Josh Allen on the tackle.
They'll run with McCaffrey. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He can run for it, and he will. Muscling free near the 40. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play. Wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play.
This is McCaffrey.
At the 32-yard line.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play. Now, that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now out come the Jags. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. The open man is Westbrook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
operating from the gun, Jones. And going right back to Westbrook.
D.D. Westbrook. That's good for a Jaguars. 1st and 10 at the 41.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Jones. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
For Leonard Fournette.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw again. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete.
Leonard.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Complete to Leonard Fournette.
From the gun, Jones. A pass underneath for Fournette. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the gun, Jones. This will be caught just inside the 10.
DJ Chark.
And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Jones hit and the ball's out, but it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Well, this has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer.
I I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. 2nd and 11 now. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Jaguars 12.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Panthers, they remain one of the hottest